So many people ask me, what about these crazy meditations? How do they relate to normal meditation? Crazy meditation like acting out and speaking in unknown languages, like the Gibberish Meditation, or the shake meditation where you shake it out. And how does that relate to silent meditation? Well, we have in our brain two important systems. The first system is the default mode network. This is a strange system which constantly generates thoughts. So even if you're not alert, especially if you're not alert, the internal talking goes on and on and on. And there's a second system, emotional system, amygdala, limbic system, which are important for creating emotions like anxiety, because these have a biological function, but in our life that rarely happens. Now these two systems crosstalk. That means if you're in an anxious mood, you have thoughts about the anxious mood, and the default modes network in your brain is going to produce automatically negative thoughts, feeding into the emotional brain, limbic system, and the amygdala. And these generate anxiety and feed again in the default mode network. So this negative vicious circle is very difficult to counteract if you do not do some crazy things. Well, crazy things, you can also do some normal things, like just going for a walk, but that might not work because the thoughts go on even if you walk. Now there are three kind of interesting active meditations which cut in this negative cycle. The first is the shake meditation, where you stand up and you shake. I will demonstrate that later. I already did in our channel, but I will demonstrate it for a minute. The second is lateral eye movements. And the third is gibberish meditation, speaking nonsense and emotional release. These three are extremely powerful to cut through the rubbish of this negative cycle and make it possible that you rejuvenate after you had a period of freeze and anxiety. Now, the first meditation which helps you to release is a somatic meditation, where you shake your whole body and you shake it loose. You shake all the tensions in the muscles loose. The second meditation, lateral eye movement meditation, has been tested and is therapy nowadays, but it's very basic, it's very simple. We know that if we walk in the jungle, and we are of course apes, we always look everywhere if there is something which we need to take care of, or if there is something we need to eat. So our eyes go from one side to another side. And this means there is biological activity directed into another goal than freeze or fear. So this food searching behavior and this animal spotting behavior, this environment spotting behavior, where the eyes go from the right to the left, this already helps to shut down for a part the emotional system. And the third is the release meditation we just demonstrated 2 days ago. Clearly there were already a lot of remarks, and this meditation, the Gibberish meditation, you can do in 2 stages. I showed you stage 1, which is kind of a little bit mad, but the second stage is totally more crazy. You totally act out and release all tensions there are in your system. If you do this, like 5 minutes shake, 5 minutes sitting and lateral eye movements, and 5 minutes gibberish, you have 50 minutes, and afterwards you just sit and watch the breath. And let the breath slowly become slower. Then there is a fourth important neurophysiological aspect, and that is, we know that if you breathe out very, 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 very slowly, that you bring the heart rate into a more relaxed state, in a parasympathetic state. So if you, in the fourth phase of this panel of 4, you sit, then it's good to breathe in maximal, and then do just one little extra, like, and then it helps to make that release sound. Also, that has a neurophysiological explanation. There is a feedback loop. If you hear a sound of release, your body understands that there is a situation where you can release and where you can relax. So you breathe in deeply, breathe in extra, and release. A long, long expiration. If you want to put the cherry on the cake, you can, at the end of the long expiration, yawn. Yawning is biological, extremely good to get rid of tensions and bring the system in autonomic relaxation phase. So whenever you're really stressed out, think of these 4. Just experiment with it. Each one of them has, of course, value, but the whole package really will pull you out of a negative spiral of negative thoughts, negative emotions. En nou kom jij kijken? Kom eens, meisje. So, for chickens, it is very interesting. Chickens are also kind of meditative animals. They like to sit with you and chill. If they have stress, they always shake. They shake the feathers and they shake the head, and after one shake they have shaked out the stress and they are totally relaxed, and mostly they start yawning then. Or doing this with one, or this with another wing. And chickens are extremely interesting animals to study if you are a biologist or a doctor, because you see in the behavior of the chickens how they naturally have their stress coping mechanisms. Eh? What do you think? You're just chilling now, eh? So our chickens are very happy to meditate with us, especially if we do a silent, quiet meditation, just sitting and then petting them a bit. They really like that. Hé meisje? Ja. Knap even, hè? Closing the eyes. They like to be close. The moment you touch them, they close the eyes, they close the eyes. Closing eyes is of course totally surrender. That is what is so. But now she saw a fly. They are very vigilant. They directly see it, and then they can go again in a relaxation mode, closing the eyes. So a chicken can go from 1 second to another second, relaxation mode, activation mode. We cannot, because of our default network in the brain, which continues creating thoughts. That's also the machine which produces the ego, and the limbic emotional system related to and linked to the amygdala, which creates a lot of emotions, rumination on emotions, negative emotions. Animals don't have. They are either vigilant and active, or they shake off the negative emotions and then they are good again. They never think what would happen tomorrow. They only live in the moment. That's what we have to learn from the chickens. So you stand with your feet as wide as your shoulders and you just start shaking vertically. It's important to shake vertically. You can shake your arms, you can shake your hands, you can shake your whole body, you can do a transversal shake, you can do a horizontal shake. The horizontal shake is the basic shake, and you just shake it out. You breathe out deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth, and then you just shake it loose. You can use a nice trance music with it, that it becomes a dance party for yourself, and you just feel the body and shake it out.